I have broken multiple fingers and thumbs, I've had 2 concussions, I broke my hip, and most recently I tore my ACL. I believe that every single one of these injuries could have been prevented if I was doing the right things. This is everything I believe that you can possibly do to prevent injury. Warm up every single session. This is by far the easiest thing you can do to prevent against an injury, and you should definitely already be doing it. A good warm up gets your muscles firing correctly so that you're less likely to actually mess up. And if you do mess up, they're going to be more stretched out, so you'll be less likely to get injured. Here's the routine I do with my own athletes before every single session. First, we warm up our necks, pushing from every direction, getting the muscles firing. Next, it's arm circles. We'll make sure to do them small, big, and in both directions. This next one we call 1s and 2s, or knees and toes, gets the core moving and all the muscles you need to firing to set your spins. Front, middle, back. This one will get your posterior chain firing properly. Open the gates to get those hips ready to move. And we'll do some hip circles as well. The classic leg swings, everyone does these because they're just so good. Do them forwards, backwards, but also side to side. Finish it off with some knee circles, and then some ankle circles. Now we're ready to get some laps in. Always make sure that before a session you do dynamic stretches, not static stretches. This is about getting your body ready for activity, not about recovering from it. And then always take a couple chill laps on the hill, maybe hit some piste before you actually go sending it. It is so important that you train yourself off the hill. The stronger, more agile and mobile you are, the less likely you're going to be to get injured. For basic strength training, there's 4 main exercises that you need. First of all, it's going to be a squatting motion. I tend to do regular barbell squats and some pistol squats as well. Second, you're going to want a form of hinging. This can be RDLs, which is what I do. You could also do cleans or even deadlifts. Next thing that's good to incorporate is some forward-backward split like Bulgarians. This is really good for building that strength. And then chuck in some calf raises as well. Strong calves are very often overlooked, especially in skiing, but they're very important. Obviously there's much more you could do to develop your strength, but just as a basic start, these are some great exercises. For training agility, I like to do different types of plyometrics, and training on a trampoline as well tends to be very useful. When it comes to mobility, you just got to make sure that you're always using full range of motion in every exercise you do. That means squatting ass to the grass. Could also include some side lunges, different sort of exercises like that get a real big stretch as you do them. Talking of stretching, that's one of the main ways that you can increase your mobility. You need to be able to recover if you want to prevent injury. If you aren't fully recovered from a recent training session or even another injury, and you go hard in your next session, your risk of injury is way higher. Stretching is a vital part of recovery. Aim to stretch every morning and every night if you can. Here's the nighttime stretch I tend to do. First I'll do this hamstring stretch. This is a great one. Also does a little bit of the side of my back as well, and I like that. Gotta do the sus frog stretch, great for opening up the hips and all the muscles in that area. Hit the glutes with a pigeon stretch. I like to do this kneeling stretch and then also pull my heel up to my bum like I'm doing a quad stretch, and I get 2 in 1 here. You're definitely going to want a soft surface underneath that knee. Also like to kneel on top of my shins. This one's really good for that knee mobility, getting that final bit of bend happening. This sitting twist is great for just getting that spinal rotation. I find if I haven't been doing this for a while, my switch skiing gets a little bit worse. These hip twists I find very difficult because of my broken hip. I've got quite a restricted range of motion, but although it's difficult, this one is very, very helpful for me. And then the deep squat. If I was only going to do one sort of stretch exercise in the morning or night, it would be this one. I try to hold it for 2 or 3 minutes or until I just get really bored. The human body's meant to sit in this position a lot, but none of us really do it, and we've sort of lost the ability to. I like to go through all these stretches at least once, 30 seconds on each side. If I got time and I'm feeling it, I'll go through our second or third round across them all. Not only is this going to help your muscles recover faster and lead to less injury, you're going to get more flexible, which is going to make a lot of difficult grabs more easy. The next part of recovery is sleeping. Without good sleep, your body will never recover fully. Let's start in the morning. First thing, wake up at the same time every single day. Doesn't matter if it's a weekend, same time every single day. If you accidentally sleep in, that's fine. Next day, get up at your desired time. Sleep and wake up at the same time every single day. This will make a massive difference to the quality of your sleep. 2. Get sunlight first thing in the morning. The sooner you can get sunlight in your eyes, the sooner you hijack that circadian clock and start the timer for when you go to bed. Get some early morning exercise. Even if it's just a walk, do something active in the first hour or two of being awake. When it gets towards nighttime, don't eat anything within 3 hours of when you need to go to bed. Don't drink any water within 2 hours of needing to go to bed. And don't intake any artificial light 1 hour before going to bed. If you're tempted to use your phone during the night, remove it from the room. Trust me, you don't need it. Don't mouth breathe at night. And if you do, and you don't know how to stop, I tape my mouth shut and that works pretty good. Aim for 8 hours sleep. Some people need more, some people need less. If you wake up in the night and have trouble falling back asleep, get up, go to the toilet, go for a brief walk, 10 minutes, maybe read a book for 10 minutes, then just get straight back into bed and go to sleep. If you follow all of that, your sleep is going to dramatically change, trust me. The next important part of recovery is just giving yourself rest days when it's needed. It's important to listen to your body. Sometimes it just needs a full day of recovery. Sometimes it might need even more than that. Listen to your body, do what it wants. Overtraining yourself is rarely worth it. But keeping all this in mind, you can only recover if you've given your body the right fuel to do so. You're made of the food that you eat, and if you want to perform well on the hill, you gotta eat like an athlete. This is how you do it. First of all, eat clean. No processed food, no sugar. Try not to have any Mackies, as tempting as it may be. Stick to vegetables and meat that haven't been processed. Try not to eat any carbs before or while you are skiing. Some people are fine without this, but for a lot of people, carbs sap their energy. So if you can avoid eating carbs till after you're done your skiing session, you're probably going to have much better energy, be much more focused, and much less likely to hurt yourself. So save that big bowl of pasta for when you get down off the hill. Make sure you're consuming lots of healthy fats, fish oil and meat fats, etc., some olive oil, you know, that kind of stuff. Bottom line, healthy fats, good for joint health. Better your joint health, less likely you are to injure your joints. Make sure you're eating a high protein diet. This is a sport. Sport requires muscles. Muscles require protein. Simple. Hydrate. If you've not got lots of water in your body and you're dehydrated, you're not going to be functioning properly. Your muscles are going to be stiff, dry, they're not going to stretch as easily, and you're going to be much more likely to injure them. Supplements are not going to make a huge difference. Everything I've said up until now will make a huge difference. Supplements is just going to give you that extra percent. So once you've got everything else dialed in, if you just want that little extra boost, make sure you take some supplements. If you are considering taking any supplements, please consult your doctor or your parents first. I'm no medical professional, but here's what I take. First of all, creatine. The list of benefits for this one are huge. What we're focusing on is the strength and muscle health that it brings. Glucosamine complex. Different glucosamine supplements are all good for your joint health, and the better the health of your joints, the less likely you are to hurt them. Fish oil and omega-3s. Very important for your overall health and longevity of your entire body, which also means your joints. So make sure you take it. Conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. This one helps with muscle growth, bone health, and a couple other things that are going to help you prevent those injuries. Vitamin D3, I take this in a massive dose, 5,000 IU every day, and I've got K2 with it as well. That's very important. If you're going to take vitamin D3, make sure you're also taking K2. This has another massive amount of benefits. You should know about vitamin D3 though, so I'm not going to get into that. Again, if you're going to take supplements, check with your doctor first and do lots of research into what you're going to take. Some supplements work better for some people, some supplements don't agree with other people. And the last point we're going to go into, don't be an idiot. This is about when you're actually riding. Nail your fundamentals. Fix problems before they become big problems. Don't go for tricks that you don't understand and aren't ready to do yet. Always listen to your coach. And last but not least, make sure that you're wearing the proper protection. That's a helmet, an impact protection if you can get it as well, which is impact shorts and a back brace. Most injuries, a lot of mine especially, are down to these ones. Things that I knew I shouldn't have done, or things that I neglected that came back to bite me. And there you go. With everything I've just said there, you should be pretty much invincible at this point. If you're going to start to implement any of it, it might be a good idea to do that gradually. Some people find it really difficult to do things like this all at once, but some people, myself included, actually find it easier if you just make all of these changes at the same time, but I think that's a very small amount of us. If you think I missed anything, let me know what you do differently. Cheers.